I fucking love American men, and I know the girls are all going to be like, no, don't do it, oh my God, don't make it worse. Like, I just want to say, I know you're all into British men. All the girls think, oh my God, they're British guys. Oh my God. They're not all Henry Cavill and Hugh Grant, you know that. Like, here's the thing about the British man. If they think there's even the vaguest possibility of maybe one day being rejected, or like just not being loved quite as much as their mother loved them, there's like an English shaped man hole in the door where they once stood. So like, just like a puff of smoke and a gone. I've had this actual conversation with an American man. I've been like, look, I'm not interested. I'm never going to shag you. And honestly, I'm probably never even going to hold your hand. And they're like, oh. Long game it is.
Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm the idiot on the comedy circuit. I've asked a group of comedians some questions on how to start and succeed in the world of stand-up comedy. Subscribe to this channel to see what their answers were, as well as to chart my progress on stage, be it crushing or crashing. More likely the latter than the former. You can also follow my progress on social media. I am ION Comedy on Twitter and ION Comedy Circuit on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Here is today's video.
Right, I'm always walking, I'm always on the move, I'm either running, walking, like it'll come when I'm kinetic, I don't know what the word is, but like when I'm moving. And then it goes down in my notebook, and then I'll try and flush it out a bit on stage. I sort of will have an idea of what I think is funny, wing it out a few times and start trying to find where the laughs are coming in. And it will be bad, by the way, it will be horrendous for the first few, like, God bless the Vauxhall Monday night audiences who seem to get the brunt of this. Like, of me just being like, I think this is right, and pacing it out. And then I sit down with Will. Will's who I write with. Will Hitt is the only person I write with. And because his brain works completely differently to mine. So I work from a place of how I am on stage and this sort of energy that I have on stage, and then making it conversational. Will is a killer. Will is like trim fat. He writes jokes. There was no word out of place. No word doesn't mean anything. It's like bang, 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 bang. And so we'll sit down and he'll be like, you need to tighten that bit up. The rhythm's weird there. That won't make sense if it doesn't. So he's almost clinical with it. He comes in and is like the chemist, you know, like just pouring different things in. And then it'll tighten. And then it's just time. I mean, I've brought back a joke this week that I haven't done for about a year and a half. And you're finding punch-ups, you're finding things on it. So I never kill a joke, obviously if it's terrible, get rid of it. But I think trust that you're always getting better. So the ones that maybe didn't work a little while ago, bring them back when you feel like you're on a good run and just see what you can do with it. But mine's I don't sit down and write until I sit down. But by the way, I mean, I absolutely do write every day because something happens every day. You know, it's always, I'm in my notebook every day. But it's not like and now 20 minutes timer on, like it's never that. It's when you know you've got something and you sit it down and you jot it down. And I think you can work it out to a point on paper. You can bullet point on paper. You can hit the beats of what you want to say and unmuddle yourself. I had a stand-up mentor once who was like, go through your set, write your whole set out and highlight where you think the laugh should come. So highlight the lines where you think the laugh should come. And that was really interesting because you then see the waffle and you just like, take it out. But stationary sitting down, it doesn't work for me. It's frustrating, I think, also the way the London scene is run, which is different from America, which is we don't have mics really. Not mics in the same way that America do. Like we have to book our spots like fucking 4 weeks ahead of time. You're like, I don't know what that's a whole other rant. But in America, I can have a thought that day. I could have a thought and then have 3 mics that night to try to talk myself through it and get my mouth around it and try. So that by the end of the day, I've had a thought and 3 sets to see if that thought has legs. We don't have that in England. That's why we work so much slower. Our output is so much slower. Our efficiency is so much slower. It's why we're light years behind. It's just the way it's all structured.
And that was today's video. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the notification bell to be prompted when a new video comes out. And don't forget to follow me on social media, ION Comedy on Twitter and ION Comedy Circuit on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Okay, bye-bye.